Hey guys, it's Tiffany, and I'm running to represent our class as senior senator next year. I just want to start off the speech by saying thank you to everyone for giving me the opportunity to serve you and the student body. This past year, being a part of ASB has definitely placed a huge impact in my life and helped me learn so much more about who I am. I hope as senator, I showed you my love and dedication I have towards our class. I hope that the weekly emails, or almost daily emails now, helped you guys organize your busy schedules just a little bit. And I hope the highs and smiles that we used to give each other in the hallways brightened your days up just as they did mine. So this goes into why I want to become senior senator. It's more than just planning ASB events and dances, it's about what comes out of those events. The joy they bring, the memories they create, and the stress they relieve. Stepping into freshman year, I already knew our class was so unique. Not in a bad way though, unique as literally the hardest working group of people I know. A group of people who all have such different stories and dreams, but all will continue to persevere through any hardship to achieve them. From seeing and learning of everyone's goals and accomplishments, it helped me and inspired me to go after my goals as well. Long story short, my motivation to be in ASB and represent our class is you guys, and how I want to provide a memorable year where we can finally experience the quote-unquote normal high school life and where we can think about our mental health and ourselves. I want you guys to be able to relax and have a lot of fun after we finish applying to colleges and before we go our separate ways. Last year, in my campaign, I emphasized my goal of making our most academically challenging year also the year where we prioritize our mental health, to be able to let loose, have fun, and enjoy ourselves every once in a while. After all, we're still just a bunch of kids. Providing an environment that helps our mental health is so important to me because you never know what anyone is going through. And it makes it so much more significant to try to help and improve our school environment. For a lot of us, we used to see each other more than our family. For some of us, no matter how stressful school is, it takes us away from the problems we have at home, or schoolwork may be the source of our problems. The point is, we all have problems and we all have to spend a lot of time at school. And I want to continue to work and serve our student body with a positive and inclusive environment. And I had a lot planned to do so as well, especially for our class, like junior hangouts, breakfasts, and our biggest event, prom. Although it sucks that all of that was cut short, I still want to bring the same message and mission to our senior year. Don't worry, prom is still in the works, and as senior senator, not only will I dedicate my focus into planning events like senior sunrise and our senior barbecue, I will also continue to listen to you all, your complaints, your suggestions, and your ideas. After all, that's my job, to represent you guys. Your concerns are my concerns, and I'll make them ASB's concerns. Looking back at freshman year, I never knew that the little girl I was would run and want to become a leader in her community. I never had the courage to speak up for what I believed in, let alone try to represent a whole class and make pretty embarrassing TikToks to convince you all to vote for me. You may say, it's not that deep, but to me, ASB, our community, and you guys have helped me grow greatly. Being a part of ASB and learning about servant leadership has helped push me out of such a toxic mentality that I used to struggle with for such a long time. Learning of all your stories and who you are has pushed me to constantly try to improve and better myself. And all I want to do is pay it forward and maybe leave an impact on our school and you guys like you guys did to me. Yeah, senior year is a lot about colleges and worrying about the future, but it's easy to forget that it's the last year that we're kids. It's one of the last years where if we do something stupid, our excuse is, oh, we're just young, dumb, and don't know any better. I know that even though our stress and anxieties continue to pile up, I want to be able to lend a hand in relieving all of that negativity. I know that when we have a clear mind and don't worry so much, we can truly do amazing things. Although I can't solve all of your school problems, I promise I'll keep up with those lengthy emails, even if everyone just skips to the homework section. And I promise I'll also listen to anything you say. Our class and the high school experience you guys have given to me mean the world to me, and you guys are my family. Even if there is a lot of unknown in the future, I want you to know that I'll work my very hardest to bring the best year of high school to us as a class before we go off and do big things. So vote Tiffany for class senator. Jen for the win! Thank you for everything. I love you guys. XOXO, Tiffany.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all staying safe and relaxing as much as you can during this time off. For most of you that don't know me personally, I used to be a shy, closed-off person and never in a million years thought I would run for class senator. Over time, I've decided to step out of my comfort zone and finally reach out to people. As of now, I'm currently Vice President of Black Student Union and co-captain of my volleyball team. These programs have pushed me to become a problem solver, a fast thinker, and a great listener while also advocating for my peers. I have learned that leadership is more than just a title. It is never-ending positivity, encouragement, care, love for your passion, and the ability to take risks even if you may fail. But most importantly, leadership is the mission to advocate and understand the community you are serving. With that, through my own experiences and leading by example, I hope to exemplify respect and care for the community. Nonetheless, I can assure you that through my advocacy, we will not have a boring homecoming or senior year. As seniors, we may believe that there is nothing left for us to do with such a short amount of time left. Yes, it has been a long 3 years and a hard junior year with AP classes, SAT testing, and the sudden virtual schooling, which has been very draining. I know some of us feel like we want to give up now, but I believe there's still more to do. Having been a student at REHS for the past 3 years, I've noticed many changes in our community, and I believe we have the opportunity to improve student experience, better advocate, and provide resources needed for our graduating class. Being in a competitive school environment can cause a lot of stress and sometimes make us feel like we're incapable because we are constantly comparing ourselves to our peers. That is why I want to encourage positivity, optimism, and empowerment as your class senator. I believe that we need to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. After high school, we're on our own. We're only left with the guidance of others and what we learned here at Aviation. I feel that if we are able to see our true potential now, it will leave a greater impact on our future lives. After we graduate, I hope we can leave behind a culture that is inclusive of all people, identities, and backgrounds. I want to emphasize the necessity of having a culturally competent community that respects and seeks to understand each other. As a community, we have the power to change the culture at our school for the better. With more cultural awareness and diversity comes more inclusivity and respect for everyone. My definition of culture is not just one's ethnic background. Culture to me is our differences in behaviors, morals, achievements, histories, languages, and traditions. The uniqueness among our class is what creates culture. And if that is not represented, there is simply no culture at all. As class senator, I cannot promise you everything, but I do promise to fully advocate for all students at RAHS. The underrepresented students and groups need to be heard, so I want to be that voice for those students. The people who constantly hold their head down, feeling like they're not good enough, I want to show you that you matter. Working with you all, my fellow peers, I believe that we can do whatever we put our minds to. If you want something done, I promise I will be the one to do everything in my power to make that possible. With the new face as senator, I want to give a fresh new feel to our last year. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to pave the way for the class of 2021. Remember, be a friend, not a foe, and vote Abby Lindo as your class senator. Thank you for listening.
My name is Kashi Vidathu and I'm going to be your senior class senator. As Big Sean once said, last night took an L but tonight I bounced back. Last year, I ran for junior class senator, and not gonna lie, I kind of took an L. After that day, I was bummed out, as anyone should be, but then I remembered, just because I took one L doesn't mean I was going to take any more. I wasn't ready to give up, and especially I wasn't ready to give up on you guys. Firstly, what makes me good enough to be your senior class senator? Overall, I think I definitely have the experience to fulfill the duties a senior class senator holds. Being an officer in 2 clubs over the past 2 years and founding our very own Key Club, along with Marco, Rodrigo, and Sam, I've had so much interaction with so many different people, being able to communicate with these people and then actually try to knit something together. Learning from these many leadership opportunities, I've gained so many new skills in organization, coordination, and decision making. With these, I can make our senior year as best as possible, making our senior traditions the most memorable we can make them. Senior year is huge for us. From old traditions to new adventures, senior year is considered as one of the best years of all of high school. Full of stress from apps, yet full of fun all year long. With me as senior class senator, I'm going to try to put an emphasis on the traditions that this year's seniors sadly missed out on. Even though we're in quarantine for a lot of our junior year, we will make the most out of our senior year. What I'll bring to the table is as easy as ABC: advocacy, bonding, and coordination. This year, our school's clubs have done some huge things. Key Club and NHS as usual leading the community service projects, and big clubs like Science Olympiad dominating as well. But did you guys even know that there's a computer science club and a math club slowly sprouting to the surface? Our school has so many amazing clubs and so many amazing people that are devoted to these clubs, putting so much time and effort into them. But so many clubs and people don't get the recognition they deserve. My goal is to create an interconnected school where these clubs can actually interact and stand out, possibly gaining even more members. I want to advocate for the big things that these big and small clubs are doing. High school is one of the best times of our lives. About to go into college, we're all so excited, yet pretty scared of all the horrors that college seems to bring. I want to make sure that all of us are comfortable and have someone to lean on in tough times, making sure our relationships are strong by the time we leave high school. One way to make sure these relationships are strong and last is by bonding. We need a bond to make sure these relationships last and have these friends for the rest of our lives. Lastly, my goal is to make sure our senior events and traditions are the best possible and the most memorable. With coordination from you guys and ASB, I'll make sure that all your opinions are taken into consideration and make sure your voices are heard. I'll work as hard as I can to be the best senator you guys have ever had, and will never give up on you. Please vote me, Kaushik Vidathu, to be your senior class senator. Thank you.